Welcome everybody to another episode of On the Mic with Michael Flix. Very happy to be back. Very happy to be back in this spot, talking to y'all, giving y'all some information. Thank you for joining me for another episode. Made it to 11 episodes, man. 11. My brother wore number 11, number 1 and number 11 in high school. It's his lucky number, so I guess maybe I should have had him on the show today. That would have been dope. First and foremost, I want to start off, because sometimes I forget to do it, but I want to start off and make sure I shout out these black-owned brands that I'm I was about to say sponsoring, but that I'm shouting out today on the show that I've been rocking with and that I've been, connecting with. This first one is Splatter Gang merch. Splatter Gang. I found him on Instagram. Love what he's doing. It's a basketball brand, Splatter Gang. He's got this design on hoodies, on shirts, and a whole bunch of different ones, different variations of it with basketballs on there. But like I said, man, Splatter Gang merch. I seen this one in the olive green, and I had to grab it. I got a whole bunch of stuff that already matched it. As soon as I saw it, I saw outfits that I already knew I could put together with it. So I was like, oh, I need that hoodie right there. I reached out to my guy. I'm like, bro, I got to order one right now. Like, I need that. I connected with him. I actually thought he was local. I thought he was in LA. I wanted to connect and maybe do like some product shots, maybe like shoot some content for him. But first and foremost, I just wanted some merch from him because it looked dope. And then I was like, you know what? Let me try to see if I can lend my service to his business and his company. See if I can help him out in any way I can. Again, service. You already know me. Also, the other one, Warrior Apparel. I actually got this from my mom. Warrior Apparel. It's a thermos. Is that what they call it? A thermos? I put keep stuff hot, keep stuff cold. I got my coffee in it right now. It says the 99 after the one. It's about the story in the Bible about the shepherd leaving the 99 sheep to go to the one that's astray. So that's what it's about. And my dad is a pastor. My mom is an evangelist, and so they real big into that. And I liked it. To be honest, I wasn't sure what the 99 after the one was. When I looked at it, I thought about the Jay-Z line. To be honest, got 99 problems, but ain't one. I thought about that, to be real. But I knew that's what my mom wasn't rocking it about. But anyway, that was what I thought when I saw it, and so I wanted to rock it. It's black and white, real easy color scheme, and it's dope, man. So Warrior Apparel, if you like it, should go over to Warrior Apparel. They got a lot of dope stuff, man. Clothes, earrings, like Africa-shaped charms, a whole bunch of different good stuff, man. Warrior Apparel on Instagram, and then the hoodie is the Splatter Gang merch, also on Instagram, man. You'll go mess with them, go grab some stuff from them, man. Support black business. All right, man, let's get to it, man. My Lakers lost last night, man. I was really expecting the Lakers to win last night. They had on the black Mamba uniforms. Get these headphones off. They had on the black Mamba uniforms, which they plan to never lose in. I mean, it's their first loss in them, so it ain't crazy. But it'd have been dope if they stayed undefeated in the black Mamba uniforms. And in Game 5, I had tweets ready. I had stuff like trash ready to talk. How like LeBron and the Lakers gentleman sweep. How they did a gentleman's sweep on every team, but, Jimmy Butler and the Heat was able to get 2 games. I don't think they go get another game, man. I don't think they go push it to Game 7. I think LeBron, AD, and the Lakers go finish them off on Sunday in Game 6. I really hope that's what I want to happen. I believe that's going to happen too, but, man, I thought we was going to win last night, especially I seen a lot of conversation online about of course it always happens with LeBron because he typically makes the right basketball play. He doesn't do what superstars typically do and just take the shot because they're the superstar. And you can feel however you want to feel about it. I go back and forth with it, but either way, man, Danny Green got a wide open shot at the top of the key and smoked it. Like I couldn't believe that, man. This dude literally gets paid to make open 3-pointers, and he missed that one wide open. You know what? It reminded me of what he's doing right now, Danny Green. It's reminding me of when Harrison Barnes just went completely MIA for the Warriors. I believe it was in the finals as well, and then the next year he wasn't on the team no more. That's what this is reminding me of. Now, I'm not saying Danny Green shouldn't be on the team because I believe he can turn it around. He's a shooter, and LeBron needs shooters on his team, but come on, man. He could have been a hero last night. He could have essentially hit the go-ahead basket with no time left, with barely any time left to win the game. He could have been like a hero, like on some Ray Allen stuff, back when Ray Allen played with LeBron in Miami against the Spurs. It could have been like that, man, but he missed it. And it's funny because I follow my guy Max is Nice on Instagram, and he just did a video where he's like showing you exactly how to like, he's the mimic master, I think he calls himself, and he's real good at like mimicking LeBron and all the different players, and Danny Green is his best one. And he just did a video like showing like the best way to imitate Danny Green, and then Danny Green is like the focus of my focus of conversation right now at the end of the game because he missed a 3. I just think it's interesting and ironic how things work out that way, man. But Man, I was disappointed in Danny Green, man. You know what? Actually, I was also disappointed in. I don't like how much pouting LeBron does, man. I think it's too many people that the whole basketball world looks up to him. He's the biggest figure in basketball, and I don't think it's a good look, all that pouting he does. Now I know he works extremely hard, and you know what I'm saying, he wants his guys to always be in the right spot, and and make the right play, and not blow defensive coverages and different things, but I don't like how much he be pouting, man. I really don't like it. That's something to where, like, at different combines and different camps that I've worked at, when we've seen players doing that, no matter how good they are, we pull them to the side and it's like, bro, you can't be reacting to stuff that way. Like, your body language is terrible. And he gets away with it because we know how hard LeBron works and how much he wants to win and all of that, but his body language is terrible a lot of the times. I don't like that. LeBron's got to be better in that, man. I mean, like I said, his teammates, they got to not be blowing coverages like that, especially in a closeout game, but I really don't like LeBron's body language. Like, I feel like, me covering high school basketball here in San Diego. Matter of fact, the five that I mentioned, and we're gonna talk about that five that I mentioned last week. The top five my top five favorites. Pardon me, my top five favorites to win San Diego High School Basketball Player of the Year. I've never seen any of them do that. People react to calls, and people feel a way about calls or when their teammates make a mistake. But I just think it's never a good look when the best player on the team has poor body, or anybody, but especially the leader and the best player on the team has poor body language like that. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. Speaking of my top five, got a lot of reactions from my top five. Most people agreed with the five. They just had, the order was a little bit different. The order is just a little bit different. I think most people agree with it. Most people rock with it. I did have a few parents, which I think is cool. I did have a few parents reach out to me and tell me, like, hey, yo, my son is gonna shake up your top five, or not even just parents, but different people. Like, yo, I know some players that got something to say about your top five, and I hope they do. That's dope. I hope they do. I want to be informed enough in high school basketball and just in high school sports in general to make to have those kind of picks and make those types of predictions about not just the player of the year, but about, like, I would like to do like a most improved player, a defensive player of the year, and that's something that I do plan to do. With basketball, I'm gonna start it with basketball. Actually, I'm gonna have a Michael Flix player of the year and defensive player of the year and most improved. I got a lot of homework to do, and I got a lot of information to gather about, like, first year varsity players and stuff like that. But that is something that I want to grow and get to a point where I am knowledgeable and on the scene enough to talk about all things basketball, not just who necessarily is the best player. And with football as well. Now, it's going to be hard for me to do that with every sport. Like, that's going to be difficult, but I do want to do that with football as well. Have, like, a top five picks of who I think could be player of the year, offense and defense, most improved, top newcomer, all of that type of stuff. I really want to get into that, man. I really want to get into that. And I do want to get more involved and have more of a voice in the San Diego football space. I think I've said it on the show before, but I played football in high school and was much more of a football player in high school, actually. Both sports, I didn't make varsity until I was a senior, but in football I started at left corner. In basketball I was a backup point guard and didn't play very much, but in football I started, and I was actually for the majority of the season. I don't think I ended the season in the top 15, but for the majority of the season I was ranked in the top 15 in my position. I played really well. Football was my first love. When it comes to athletics, football, I was much more into watching and playing football growing up, and it's just kind of how things work out. Like, I got older and realized I wasn't gonna be playing college football, and then you want to stay active, and it's much easier to get a group of guys and go play basketball than it is to get a group of guys and go play football. And so I've always been a hooper. Let me put that out there. I've always been a hooper. I was just more of a football player before. I played basketball all growing up, Martin Luther King Rec Center, you know what I mean? I played basketball all growing up, but I was more of a football player in high school. And then went back to hoop after I graduated just because, like I said, you want to stay active and you keep hooping, and it's just what it is. And I love basketball way more than I love football now. Like, I'm much more into basketball now, into playing, into watching, talking about, critiquing, breaking down. I like basketball much more than I like football, but I still do very much love football. And so I want to be I want to be more involved with football and have more of a voice in football. A quick story about my little football career. Like I said, I started at left corner. Was ranked in the top 15. My highest rank in San Diego County was only 12. So that was cool. Shout out to my little brother who's in here right now. He's bigger than me, my younger but bigger brother. He was actually ranked 23rd in the state. He played corner as well. But he was good enough to bounce around to left and right corner, play safety. I pretty much just stayed at left corner. And he was ranked top 23rd in the state. Shout out to you, bro. Quick story about my little career. I only had 2 highlights. I actually work for PPR now, and it's funny that I played football, and I was lucky enough. I'm saying lucky enough, but I was lucky enough to have 2 highlights actually get aired on PPR. The first one is great. The first one was a 30-yard kickoff return. I played kickoff return as well. And I was actually a pretty good return, man. I had one 50-yard return. I didn't return any for touchdown, so I guess I wasn't all of that like that. But I had 150, one like 42, a couple of 30s, and a bunch of little 15, little 20. I was a pretty good return, man. I wasn't super fast, but I had moves. It was hard. It was real slippery. It was hard for you to grab me. But anyway, so my only 2 stats on PPR. The first one was a 30-yard kickoff return, right? Real simple. Caught the ball. Got to my wedge, shook the first dude, took on the tackle, got brought down. Real simple, nothing to write home, nothing that's gonna make SportsCenter, right? But it made PPR. My second highlight that made it on PPR was actually a fumble that I lost while playing kickoff return. So I played at Orange Glen High School, and I don't want to say they were necessarily our rivals, but Escondido, there's 3 there's a bunch of high schools in Escondido, but the 3 major ones are Orange Glen, Escondido, and San Pasqual. And while I was in high school, Escondido was pretty much the best at everything. My senior year, San Pasqual was the number 1 team in Division II in basketball, and they only lost like 5 games all season, but my entire high school career, was the best. Escondido High School was the best at football and basketball. And so whenever we played them in football, it was always like, yo, we got to beat Esco and try to prove that we the best team in the city, right? We the best football team in the city. And so we playing them. I believe we were down by 9 at halftime. And so we go in at halftime. Everyone's talking with their position coaches. I'm over there talking with the defensive back coaches and the running back coaches because they was telling me all week that there's a slight chance I might get some reps at running back, so I need to stay ready. But I'm mainly talking to the DB coach. And then we go and talk to the special teams coach, and he's telling you hey, yo, Mike, you play on the left side on kickoff return. This kicker likes to kick it to the left. We need a solid return. We need some good field position, and we need to get rolling. We're only down 9. We need to get a good kickoff return, get in good field position, and get a touchdown. Let's get back in this game. We're going to beat Esco. Let's get back in this game. I'm all hyped. I'm yeah, let's do it. And, man, just like Coach said, they kicked the ball to me. I shake one dude, hit him give him the shoulder to the left, break inside to the right. Right when I break inside, dude puts his helmet right on the ball, and I fumble. And it's crazy anytime anybody fumbles, but everybody knew me on my football team. I never fumble. I didn't drop passes, and I did not fumble. I didn't get a lot of looks. It was I was the running back. I would go between the tackles sometimes, but I was the H-back that would go out in the slot and pretty much be a receiver. And I didn't drop passes, and I didn't fumble. So when I fumbled, it was yo, Mike Rohn just fumbled, and it was terrible, man. And the thing that made it, and that fumble made it on PPR. And my man Paul Rudy, shout out to Paul Rudy, man. I never forget. This is how he said it, man. This is how he said it. Okay, coming out of halftime, Mike Rohn with the kickoff to Orange Glen High School. Mike Rohn with the ball. Oh, now he doesn't. Fumble on the play. Oh, it was so embarrassing. And the thing that made it so bad was after that game, I get home and shout out to my sister Ty. She used to live in my senior year. She lived in our complex, and one of her homegirls, I'm not gonna say her homegirl's name. One of her homegirls was at her house that night, and I used to talk to her. Me and her was talking, trying to figure some things out. And so she came. She was at the house when I got home from the game. And so I'm trying to be all cool, even though I lost. I'm thinking it's a good chance. I played outside of that fumble. I played fairly decent. So I'm there's a slight chance I might have something on PPR. And so I'm chilling with her, right? I'm chilling. We on the couch. I'm chilling. Got my arm up like this. The girl that I'm chilling with, she in my arm like this. They go, and right when I hear Paul Rudy start talking about the kickoff, I'm like, oh, they finna show me. Oh, they finna show my fumble. And I'm sitting right here with the girl that I like right here under my arm. And I got to sit and watch myself on TV for all of San Diego to see me fumble with the girl I like sitting right here. And she's sitting up under my arm. She looking up at me like, man, I thought you was good at football. You fumbling on PPR. Like, and everybody know what PPR is. If I'm not mistaken, I was a senior. I think she was like either a sophomore or a junior. So she definitely knew what PPR was. You know what I'm saying? That was I could look back and laugh on it now, but I'll never forget that. I was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life, sitting there thinking I'm the man, and then I find out I'm not the man because I'm fumbling on TV. So embarrassing. So embarrassing. At the Chula Vista Suns had tryouts last week, and it went great, man. The Chula Vista Suns looking like they're gonna have a really, really, really good team. They had tryouts out in San Marcos last Saturday. It was a really busy day for me. I rushed out there and did that, but it was crazy. The San Diego Surf, who also played in the ABA. I've actually never shouted out to San Diego Surf just because I've never met the owner. Don't really know any of the players on the team, but they're in San Diego. They deserve some love too. So shout out to the San Diego Surf. But while the Suns were trying out, the Surf were on the like, you know how some gyms got the curtain. They were on the other side of the curtain, and they were supposed to play a scrimmage. And whoever they were supposed to scrimmage didn't show up. So they came around to the other side and talked to my man Eric Brown, E. White, and was like, yo, bring some guys over so we can scrimmage. And so he took some guys over there and scrimmaged them. And it was Suns went over there and did work. I'm not going to lie. I'm sure a lot of people saw that video I posted of my man Ryan Hezzy got dropping that dude. He dropped him bad and then went and finished the layup. That was actually at that scrimmage. That was the Suns versus Suns versus Surf scrimmage. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much this morning. Pardon me. But yeah, man, I'm really excited for the ABA season, man. I haven't heard much from my man Abe, and I actually plan on reaching out to him today. But I want to see. I'm really excited and looking forward for the ABA season, as well as the TBL season as well. The San Diego Guardians, they actually have their second or third combine out in Vegas today, and then they have another one on November 14th back out here in San Diego. While I'm thinking about the 14th, November 14th, I've decided to do my kickball game. I said it on my Instagram before, but I'm going to go ahead and say it on the show where got a little bit more reach. November 14th, I've been doing a kickball. This will be the third year I've been doing this kickball game. The first year, I did it in November for my birthday. Last year, I did it in the summertime, and my plan was to continue doing it in the summertime. But this year, with the pandemic and everything going on, it wasn't the best idea to have it in the summertime right now. And some people might argue that it's still not a good idea to have it, but I'm gonna go ahead and have it. We're gonna have face masks and disinfect as much as we can, and have the temperature gun and everything. And to be honest, I've been to several open runs and been around a lot of people, and I mean, I wouldn't say you should do it too, but I mean, I feel like as long as you're disinfecting everything and playing it safe and keeping space away from people when you can, I think you'll be all right. I'm not saying take your direction from me and do what I'm doing, but this is what I'm doing. And believe me, man, I gotta play it safe. I got a 5-month-old at home, and my wife is gonna make sure I play it safe. But anyway, that's my long-winded way of saying on November 14th, I'm having my kickball game out in Escondido. I'll be sending out the address soon. If you want to come out, play some kickball with me, man, help me celebrate my birthday, you're more than welcome to come out. Last year, I had I get tight. I get upset every time because I forget her actual name, but the name of her business is Ghetto Grub. She makes soul food plates. She came out to the kickball game last year and sold plates. Made pretty nice piece of change selling soul food plates to just the people that came out to the kickball game. This year, my plan is to have, I've been reaching out to her, but I think she changed her number. The number I text hit me back with some super random, crazy text message. So I'm pretty sure that's not her. So my plan this year is to have my man J.A. Young Wealth that I interviewed on my show, Link Up with Michael Flix. Actually shooting another episode of that today. Hopefully today, so I won't say the guest in case it don't happen. But my man J.A. Young Wealth that I just interviewed, he just opened his food business. He sells like lumpia and different things like Asian cuisine, Filipino cuisine. I'm not sure. I don't want to be offensive, but he sells lumpia and different things of the sort. And my plan is to have him out at the kickball game this year, doing his thing and selling his plates, man. So if you want to come out, play some kickball, meet some great people, be in a dope environment. And of course, y'all know I'm a cameraman and I got a lot of camera photography friends, and I'm gonna have them out taking pictures, making videos. It's gonna be a real dope time and a real dope event, man. So if you want to come out, play some kickball game and help me celebrate my birthday, man, you're more than welcome. Tap in with me and let me know. I'm waiting for some love from my man from Dago TV, man. Dago TV, when y'all go show me some love, man. Instagram the page, Dago TV, show me some love, man. Like I said, I've never tagged y'all. I've never reached out to y'all, but I'm out here. I've been waiting for it to just happen organically, and maybe this is me being a little thirsty, like, yo, where the love at? But I'm out here lending my platform and lending my platform to athletes, entrepreneurs, and different people that's doing things here in Dago, man. I'm trying to help put Dago on. So Dago TV, man. Show me some love, man. Show me in my shows, all the shows I do. Show me some love, man. I'd appreciate it. Real quick, this is going to be a quick show today. There's not much else that I have else that I wanted to talk about today, but it is something that I wasn't going to say on the show. I've said it on my podcast. I wasn't really going to say it on the show because I didn't think that I should, because this is more sports-based, but it's a platform that I have, and I wanted to speak on it, man, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. People can do what they want, but I'm not. Tory Lanez should not be getting love like that no more, man. Like, Tory Lanez should not be getting love anymore, man. It's people that it's hard. It's not. This is truly how I feel. So I don't want to say it's hard for me to say, but sometimes I feel like this show isn't necessarily the platform for these types of conversations. But I'm gonna go ahead and say, man, there's a lot of kids that listen to me, man. Tory Lanez shot a woman, bro. Like, he shot a woman, fam. Like, you can't continue to, like, support somebody, especially with your finances, that does something like that. I've seen people that scream that they want justice for Breonna Taylor, and I agree. Like, I don't think justice was served in that situation. But I've seen people that scream that they want justice for Breonna Taylor, but then they go and celebrate a guy like Tory Lanez who actually shot a woman in the foot. Like, come on, bro. Like, seriously? Like, and I'm not gonna say any names, but I had someone sitting next to me, and he was like, bro, but the album is so good. And I'm like, fam, I didn't say it to him because I didn't have the time and I was getting ready for the show, but I wouldn't know if the show is good. I wouldn't know. I mean, I'm sorry, if his album is good, I wouldn't know. Like, I don't support people who do things like that, man. And I feel like it's not a good look. It's not. With all the things that people choose to cancel people for, and I'm not ever going to say you're right or wrong for trying to cancel somebody for whatever. Everybody has their own beliefs, man. But when we seen different people get canceled for various things, and like I said, they should be. But this dude shot somebody, man. Like, he shot a woman in the foot, a black woman in the foot. And with all this conversation these days about, protecting black women and protecting women in general. But for me, I'm a black man. My wife is black. My mom is black. My granny's black. All my aunties are black. All my cousins are black for the most part. Like, it's more important for me when the women in my life are black. And even more so than that, and this is something that when the conversation gets deeper, I tell people, in my developmental years, my elementary school teachers at Valencia Park were black women. Like, there were black women in my life in elementary school that made me fall in love with reading and writing, that made me fall in love with poetry, that made me have pride in myself as a young black man. Outside, I mean, my parents did it first and foremost, but it's even double when you get to leave the house and then get it again. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't their job to do that. They were just black women it wasn't their job in their job description to do that, but they felt it was their job as black women having black kids in their classroom that they should instill a sense of pride in them. And I'm so happy and so thankful that I got that from them. And so, again, all women need to be protected, but for me, it goes a little deeper with black women. And he shot one. And people are still out here supporting this man and listening to his music and saying, but, oh, man, the music is so good. Like, bro, so what? So what? People like that, you put on Goofy time and just let them expire. Shout out to Nipsey, man. That's goofy what he did. You can't support that, man. We can't support that. We can't support that. So I'm gonna just say, man, if you don't play no Tory Lanez around me, don't mention his name. Let's let him go ahead and expire. I'm glad charges were finally brought up again. That's another reason why I decided to speak on it, because charges were finally brought up against him. But don't play no Tory Lanez around me, man. If I make a basketball mix for you and I ask you what song you want on there, if you tell me Tory Lanez, I'm not putting Tory Lanez in your video. I'm just not. I don't support him. I don't rock with him. I don't mess with him. And if you do, Don't do it around me. And to be honest, if I see you reposting or resharing any of his music or any pictures or anything of him, I'm just unfollow you, bro, because I think that's goofy. I don't mess with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off my soapbox, man. That's all I had to say about that. Like I said, it was gonna be a really, really quick show today. It wasn't a lot, it wasn't a lot that I had that I wanted to say. Next week is gonna be a really, really dope show. I'm planning on having Miss Vanessa Lemon from the she's on staff with the San Diego Guardians and the owner of the women's basketball team, the San Diego Tropics. I'm really, really, really excited. It's been in the works. That interview been setting that up for a little while. It's been in the works for a little while, I should say, and it's finally gonna happen next week, God willing. And so I'm really looking forward to that, man. So, but anyway, man, that's all I have for you guys today, man. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I'm gonna check you guys out next week. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me, man. Please continue to check me out on all the streaming platforms, all my podcasts, all my shows. This show every Saturday morning on WSRadio.com and every Sunday morning on YouTube on the Flix Media Network YouTube channel. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. I'm out.